I want to do a deck tech on a deck that I really enjoy, one that I may be playing quite a bit. It's green, black, Dredge, and Delve. I'm sure you've I'm sure you've seen it before. Um, but let's just start with the mana base. It's got 6 forests, 6 swamps. I'll go ahead and turn on the preview pane here. We have 4 Evolving Wilds and 4 Jungle Hollow. Evolving Wilds is really good. I'm actually thinking about taking out Jungle Hollow and putting in 4 Terramorphic Expanse. And that's because, like, when you play Evolving Wilds and you crack it, the land comes in tapped anyway. So I feel like it's probably better than Jungle Hollow because you get to dig out the color that you need, but you also get to put a card in your graveyard that lets you utilize an ability called Delve, which we'll get to later. I haven't done it yet though, only because I like the color fixing that Jungle Hollow does. So as of right now, I'm keeping it like this. We have some removal. We have Disfigure. It's pretty much our only removal right now. It's a cheap card to get in our graveyard. That's essentially why Disfigure is ran over the other ones right now. I do have some stuff in the sideboard. Ghost or Ghastly Demise is an upgrade for this. Ghastly Demise is a little pricey, but if you're wanting to build this deck and you're wanting to have the best of the best, then that's what you'd want to have here. But there are some downfalls to Ghastly Demise, but I'll let you decide that on your own. And we have Putrid Imp. It's a 1-drop 1/1. You can discard a card to give it flying. Most of the time we don't really care about flying. It's mostly just a discard outlet to allow us to fill up our graveyard so that we can utilize the Delve mechanic. And if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, he gets +1/+1 and can't block. We also have Commune with the Gods. This is a 2-mana sorcery. Look at the top 5 cards. You may put a creature or an enchantment card from among them into your hand. So this is good to both get creatures, of course. We don't have any enchantments right now, so that doesn't really matter. But the big thing is that the rest goes into your graveyard. Filling up your graveyard is very important in this deck so that you can utilize the Delve ability. Also, we have Satyr Wayfinder. It's a 2-mana 1/1. When he comes into the battlefield, you look at the top 4 and put a land card into your hand. The rest go to your graveyard. And you may put a land card. You don't have to. If you want to fill up your graveyard even more, say if you already have like 6 or 7 lands, you don't really care about them, then if you want to do that, then that's fine. But usually when you have that much land, you're not really worried about putting stuff in your graveyard. Also, we have Wild Mongrel. He's a 2-drop 2/2. You can discard a card, give him +1/+1, change his color. The color thing is usually irrelevant. It's good against a lot of black removal spells, like Doomblade and stuff, but people aren't really going to Doomblade a Wild Mongrel, because all you have to do is discard a spell and make it black, and then it won't work. So the color changes usually isn't going to matter. It's mostly a discard outlet to feed our Delve. Then we have Grizzly Salvage. Black, green, instant. Look at the top 5, choose a creature or a land, put it into your hand, the rest to the graveyard. It's a lot like Commune with the Gods, except it's an instant. Then we have Stinkweed Imp. He's a 3-drop 1/2, flying, Death Touch, Dredge 5. Now Dredge 5, if he's in your graveyard, during your draw turn, or during your draw step, if you can choose not to draw, and instead dredge this guy up. So you put him from your graveyard into your hand, and you mill 5 cards. This really helps you fill the turn, or fill your graveyard up really quickly, and allows you to play your big beaters. So let's get into the big beaters. This is a 6-mana 3/3 with flying. He has Delve. Delve means you can exile a card from your graveyard to make it cost 1 less. So if you have 5 cards in your graveyard, this creature can cost 1 black mana. Next we have Hooting Mandrills. It's the same thing, except instead of flying, he's got Trample. It's a 6-mana 4/4 Trampler with Delve, so you can play him for 1 mana most of the time. 4/4 Trampler for 1 is pretty good. And then I'm sure you've seen the boogeyman of Pauper, Grimag Angler. He's a 7-drop 5/5. But most of the time we're casting him for 1, 2, 3 mana at most because of the Delve ability. Delve is really strong in this deck because we can pump out these huge guys really, really quickly. So let's take a look at the sideboard here. We got 4 Doomblades. This usually comes in over Disfigure if our opponent's not playing black. We have 3 Shrivel. It's a 2-mana sorcery. All creatures get -1/-1. This is mostly against stuff like elves. Elves is really popular right now, so we need some kind of tech against them. Another deck that's really popular is Tron. Now, land destruction isn't really what you want to be doing with Tron, in all honesty. It kind of just throws a wrench in the gears. It doesn't stop Tron, that's for sure. But what does stop Tron is land destruction plus a really good clock. If we can blow up the right land and play a really big beater super, super fast, then that can allow us to steal a win. But don't ever rely on land destruction as the sole victor of Tron. You need land destruction and a fast clock. Next we have Tranquility. It's a 3-mana sorcery, destroy all enchantments. Obviously it's good against hexproof, but it's also really good against the newcomer Heroic, that mono white build that everyone seems to be playing these days. Next we have 3 Gnaw to the Bone. This is really good against aggro, really, really good against burn. It's 3 mana instant, gain 2 life for each creature in your graveyard. And you can even flash it back. So if you end up milling this or putting it to your graveyard by using Grizzly Salvage or Commune with the Gods, you can still flash it back. Very handy. So this is by no means a set in stone build. One thing about green black Dredge that's really neat is that it's really customizable. But this build has been doing okay for me, and I will go ahead and continue to play it for now. The only thing I am considering, like I said, is changing the Jungle Hollow into Terramorphic Expanse. Comment down below and let me know if you think I should do that, because being able to thin the deck to find the color you need is pretty good, and being able to put a card into your graveyard just off a land, that's pretty good too. And it comes in tapped anyway, so that argument is the same. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See ya.